Truth is that like I think it will always rear its ugly head, and I have to literally be there to talk to that specific part of my brain that's still healing itself. Because
what do you say?
Like for me,
what is the process? Yeah.
I'll literally ask myself, is this the insecure you? Is this the trauma-infused 7-year-old you? Is this the trauma, you know what I mean? Like, I have to ask myself, like, which part of this is shown.
Kelly Rowland has finally spoken up, and what she shared has left fans emotional, shocked, and heartbroken. For years, people whispered about the struggles she faced behind the scenes, but she never confirmed anything. She always smiled, stayed quiet, and kept moving forward. But now, she's letting the truth out, and it's heavier than anyone expected. She didn't hold back. She didn't sugarcoat it. As she talked about her past, she broke down, wiped her tears, and explained the pain she carried for most of her life. And once you hear everything she went through, from being overshadowed to surviving a damaging relationship to the rumors surrounding her child, you realize Kelly has been holding the weight of the world on her shoulders.
Hands were shaking, I had tears in my eyes. I was like, what just happened?
But to understand her story, we need to go back to where it began. Long before the fame, long before Destiny's Child, long before the rumors took over the internet. Kelly was born in Atlanta, and her early childhood wasn't gentle. Her mother, Doris, had to leave Kelly's dad because of serious issues at home. Kelly was still young when everything fell apart. After the separation, her mother decided they needed a fresh start. So they packed up whatever they had and moved to Houston, Texas. Life was still hard, but that move changed everything. Houston is where Kelly met Beyoncé, two young girls who bonded instantly. Their connection was so strong that Kelly eventually moved in with the Knowles family. Tina Knowles didn't treat her like a guest. She treated her like a daughter. The Knowles home became Kelly's home. Beyoncé wasn't just a friend anymore, she became family. Soon, they began singing together. First came a small group called Girls' Time, which later evolved into Destiny's Child.
Beyoncé, who do you want to work with in the studio that you haven't worked with yet?
We actually want to work with Michael Jackson or Stevie Wonder or one of the wonderful legends.
These girls weren't privileged kids chasing a hobby. They were determined, focused, and hungry. They practiced nonstop, performed wherever they could, and even competed on Star Search. They didn't win. In fact, they lost badly. Then they got dropped by their first label. But they didn't quit. Matthew Knowles stepped in, shaped the group, and eventually secured them a deal with Columbia Records. That's when the real journey began. Destiny's Child became a worldwide phenomenon, selling millions of albums and becoming one of the most successful girl groups in music history. But while the group was rising, something else was happening in the background, something that would follow Kelly for years. No matter how hard she worked, no matter how well she sang, no matter how beautiful she looked, the spotlight always landed on Beyoncé. And while many people understood Beyoncé was naturally positioned as the lead, others constantly compared the two. Beyoncé is the star, Kelly is second. Beyoncé gets the attention, Kelly stands behind her. Imagine being part of a group where millions of people remind you every day that you're not the favorite. That kind of thing gets into your head. It wears you down. It makes you question yourself, even when you're talented. Behind her bright smile, Kelly was dealing with something even darker. In 2013, she released a song called Dirty Laundry, and no one expected what came next. The entire world was shocked. This wasn't just another emotional track. This was Kelly exposing years of abuse, manipulation, and pain she kept hidden from everyone. She described a relationship that drained her mentally and emotionally. The man she was with controlled her, hurt her, isolated her, and convinced her she wasn't good enough. She never said his name, but the details painted a clear picture of a toxic and damaging relationship. Recording that song broke her. Kelly later said she cried so much in the studio that she had to take breaks because she couldn't finish her vocals. She couldn't even stay in the room when the label listened to the track. The pain in her voice was real. But the part that truly stunned people was when she admitted she felt jealous of Beyoncé. Not because she hated her, not because she didn't love her, but because Kelly was sinking while Beyoncé was rising. Kelly said her heart was proud of Beyoncé, but her own life was falling apart. She couldn't celebrate fully because she was hurting. That confession made millions of fans see her in a completely new light. It wasn't jealousy, it was pain. Just when fans were processing that chapter of her life, a new rumor started circling online, and this one refused to die.
All that time, I'm protecting myself. You know what I mean? But in all the time that I'm protecting myself, I'm also going through the most tumultuous relationships, choosing the wrongest dudes to be around.
People began asking questions about Kelly's son, Titan. Some fans claimed he shared physical features with Jay-Z, and the internet went wild. People put Titan's photos next to pictures of Jay-Z and even next to Blue Ivy. They pointed out similar facial shapes, noses, and expressions. Then, at the Harder They Fall premiere, fans noticed something. Jay-Z greeted Kelly with a huge smile and a long, warm hug, like they shared a history deeper than just friendship. That one moment made the rumors spread even faster. But here's the truth. Kelly is married to Tim Weatherspoon, who is listed as Titan's father. There are childhood photos of Tim that show Titan looks a lot like him. So there's a good chance the rumor is nothing more than internet gossip. Still, every time Kelly posts a picture of her son, someone brings it up again. The rumor refuses to die. And believe it or not, this speculation grew even more because Jay-Z has faced similar accusations before. One of the biggest cases came from a man named Ramire Satterthwaite, who claimed Jay-Z was his biological father. According to Ramire's late mother, she and Jay-Z had a relationship when he was younger and not yet famous. She said she got pregnant shortly after, but another man was listed on the birth certificate. Years later, a DNA test proved that man wasn't the father. When they tried to get Jay-Z to take a test, they said he avoided it. They claimed judges dismissed evidence and blocked their attempts. They even said Jay-Z's legal team placed illegal liens on their property during the legal battle, costing them thousands. Ramire's mother passed away still believing Jay-Z was the father. That case alone fueled many rumors. So when people question Titan's father, they connect it to Jay-Z's history with paternity claims. It's not proof, but it's why the rumor keeps resurfacing. While all this was happening online, Kelly was facing struggles outside the rumor mill too. Matthew Knowles revealed that back when Destiny's Child was young, some older male artists on tour behaved inappropriately toward Beyoncé and Kelly. They were only teenagers at the time, 16 years old, while the men were in their 20s. The girls were uncomfortable enough to call Matthew from the tour bus. He immediately removed the men from the tour. But the situation was never discussed publicly again. The entire thing was swept under the rug, leaving the girls to silently carry the discomfort and fear. Years later, Kelly faced a wave of backlash for leaving a supportive comment on Chris Brown's page. She simply congratulated him for breaking a record. She didn't know he was facing controversy over new lyrics at the time. She was in Australia, unaware of what was happening online. By the time she woke up, the internet had turned against her, accusing her of supporting the wrong person. She apologized, but the damage was done. Kelly was once again in the middle of a storm she didn't create. On top of all that, scammers used her name to trick fans into giving money. Kelly had to warn people and even involve her team to shut the scams down. But one of the most emotional parts of her story involves her father. Kelly didn't see her dad for 30 years. Growing up, she believed he abandoned her. She carried that wound for decades. But becoming a mother made her reconsider forgiveness. She wanted peace. She wanted healing. And surprisingly, Jay-Z encouraged her to reach out. Kelly eventually reconnected with her father. The reunion was emotional. They talked for hours. She said the anger she held onto disappeared. She finally let go, not for him, but for herself, for her son, for her future. And maybe that is the biggest message in her story: healing. Kelly isn't sharing her life to stir drama. She's speaking her truth because she no longer wants to hide. She wants freedom, and she deserves it. Kelly's journey shows strength, healing, and truth. Her voice finally rises above the rumors. Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more real stories.